Hi, I'm Haley and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because today I have my December perfume tray update. I'm super excited to reflect on the fragrances that I wore over the month of November and get hyped for some new fragrances that I'm adding to the tray for the month of December. So some of these are brand new to my collection, so I'm really excited to get some wear on them. I really loved the fragrances that I had on my tray for this last month, so if you want to hear my thoughts on them, I hope you'll stick around and keep on watching. So this was my perfume tray for the month of November. I'm going to start with what was by far and away my most favorite and most worn this past month, and that is Mancera's Amore Caffè. I just absolutely fell in love with this. I actually blind bought this, which as always, I do not recommend you do, but it is so wonderful. So beautiful, pretty, like lovely almondy coffee vibes, but in a very refined, classy, pretty way. Perfect for winter and the colder months. Just really, really loved and enjoyed this one. So happy that I have this bottle. I actually used a decent amount of this, considering that this was just on the tray for a month, but really, really love this one. So happy to have had the chance to wear it this past month. And then next up I have my Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. This is just a really great apple fragrance, which I love. It also has a kind of a baccarat or a cloud vibe to it, which I feel like kind of elevates this a little. It goes from just a simple apple perfume to something kind of more luxe that can be worn for out to dinner or nicer events or things like that. I think this is really great for the fall season because of that. And I'm going to be taking this on my Thanksgiving trip. I'm pre-filming a little bit, so this is just the perfect travel size for me to take with me, and I think this will be great to wear for Thanksgiving, meeting up with friends and family, things like that. Then I have my Tom Ford Ebène Fumé. I really love this one. I didn't wear this one that much this month just because I was so in love with that Mancera fragrance that I was just wearing that a lot. But this is so lovely. It really smells like Palo Santo. I think it's so great for like cozy, sexy winter vibes. If you really like woodsy and smoky fragrances, definitely check this one out. Then I also had my Bdk Tubéreuse Impériale, which I really love. I wore this quite a bit for days when I just wanted to throw on a floral fragrance for times when I was going to be around people in a more professional setting, things like that. I think this is a great option for that because it's just a very classic. It's a wonderful buttery tuberose and jasmine scent. So if you love white florals but you don't like ones that are kind of like indolic or pissy smelling, definitely try this one out. And then last up, I just had my Sol de Janeiro Carioca Crush. It's funny, these came out for this summer, but I feel like this one could definitely be worn in winter or any time of year because of that white cedar wood. It's just also really sweet, which I feel like works better in the colder months for me personally. But I feel like this is an easy one to throw on, and for that, I really like that. I always really like to have at least one thing that's a really easy reach and a really easy wear on my tray just for days, like mornings when I'm running out the door, doing errands, things like that. I think this is great for that. So I'm excited for my December tray because I realized this is going to be the tray that I have for Christmas, which is awesome. I'm so excited. So I picked some things that are fun and festive, sweet, spicy, Christmassy to me at least. And I'm going to start out with a favorite. If you watched my channel before, you know that I love this fragrance, and that is Bdk Gris Charnel. This is just so delicious. One time I was wearing this and somebody told me I smelled like Christmas, which is wonderful. It is a sandalwood and figgy fragrance. It is so, so lovely. If you really like sandalwood, I would definitely check this one out. I feel like this is kind of a chameleon. It wears differently different days. Sometimes it is really that dry sandalwood, and sometimes it has more of that jammy fig note. So I just really love this. I think it's like sexy, mysterious, but also like festive and I don't know, just delicious, and I really, really love this fragrance. I also, of course, love the juice on this one. Then I also have my Dior J'adore l'or. Let me see if I can get the whole bottle in here because it is gorgeous. This is just so, so pretty. I really have been enjoying having a sort of just like a straight floral, but very classic floral fragrance on the tray for like I was saying, like professional situations where I just want to be like classy and, you know, pretty vibes without making too much of a statement. But this is so, so pretty. I really love this. I think this will be great for like holiday parties, things like that. Things where you just want to feel like gorgeous, and that is really the vibe of this one. So I really love this one, and I really feel like a tuberose can really hold up in the colder months, unlike other florals that are more light and springy. I feel like jasmine and some of these, you know, buttery or white florals work better when it's cold. So I feel like this is perfect. It's kind of similar to Tubéreuse Impériale, this one from Bdk that I just took off the tray, but I like both of them. I feel like they both really do have a place in my collection, and I really enjoy both of them. Then next up, I have a new perfume that I picked up, and that is from Le Monde Gourmand. This is an affordable brand that's available at Ulta, Urban Outfitters, things like that. And this is a recent release from them. It is a cherry fragrance, and this is really fun. I think it's so great for the price. This is ultra affordable, and it's obviously a full-size bottle here. And this is a cherry fragrance with some chocolate, which I think is very fun and Christmassy, as well as patchouli. And the patchouli really cuts through the sweetness of the cherry and gives us a fun, mysterious, I don't know, just like sexy, lovely vibe. And I think this is like kind of spicy, which I also feel like is very Christmassy. The juice feels very Christmassy to me. So I just think this is wonderful, and I love that something so like cool, interesting, and kind of like niche is available for such a good, fair price. Next up, I have another patchouli fragrance, and that is my Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I also thought this would be a fun Christmassy pick because it is so sweet and candy-like. It even has candy in the name, but really love this fragrance. I just think it's really fun, but again, that patchouli really gives it an interesting twist. I love perfumes that really have kind of like a turn to them. So it's like, it's sweet, but it's also spicy, and I really, really like that about this. I think it's one of Kayali's more like inspired releases, and I really have been enjoying this one, and I'm super glad to have it back on the tray. And then another thing that's new to me, this is just a little mini that I got from Sephora, but this is the new Merit fragrance Retrospect, and I was so pleasantly surprised by this one. I talked about it in a recent video fragrance haul that I did, but I think this is just so classy and pretty. It just reminds me of a lot of Chanel fragrances, or very classic fragrances that utilize aldehyde. So this is an aldehyde and floral and moss fragrance, and I really like that moss base note here. It kind of reminds me of Chloe Nomad in that, just from the moss, but this is really great. I would really like to wear it more. Again, I can totally see myself wearing this in like professional situations, and once again, like if you like Chanel fragrances, you definitely should try this one out because it really gives that very classic, sort of like decades past perfume vibe, but in an updated modern way, and I think it's really fun. So this is my tray. I'm really happy with some of the fragrances that I picked up recently that are on here, as well as some of my old favorites, and I think this will be so fun to wear for the month of December. I've got some really fun plans coming up. I'm going to be out of town a couple times. I'm going to be on a cruise. I'm going to be celebrating Christmas and doing all those fun festivities. So let me know down in the comments below, do you like any of these? Have you been wearing them? What are some of your favorite Christmas picks? I would love to hear all about it. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this kind of content, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe because I do perfume tray updates like this every single month here on my channel. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.